What's up, Squeegee slingers and water-fed pole wiggling wagglers, and welcome back to the Trad Man YouTube channel once again. Come with us today. I've got Trad Girl with me coming a bit later on in the video. She's going to be helping me do some traditional window cleaning, and let's get cracking. Well, hey, it's Trad Girl. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Whoa, it's pink.
Yeah.
It's pink, pink, pink. Oh well.
Confuse me for a boy with this, can
Yeah, shall we get some fresh water for our customers, eh? Let's not give them the dirty stuff, huh? Not give them the dirty stuff. I think yours was pretty clean, Trad Girl.
Oops, sorry.
It's alright, it's alright. She's my apprentice, ladies and gentlemen. She's still learning, aren't you? I'll grab that, as soon as I'm a gentleman. If you could grab me some Razor Glide, pretty please. Thank you very much. Which one's that? Chuck in some of that. Count to 6. It's a very exact measurement. 1, 2, miss a few, 3, 4, 5, 6. People always ask me how much of this and how much of that, and they want it in exact measurements. I'm like, I don't know, 3 glugs? Exactly 3 glugs.
Want to give me some?
No.
Might not get them in the way.
Fine, fine. There you go. Don't say I'm not good to you. Some fresh water.
Yeah, that'll do.
Oh, you don't want it too heavy?
Don't want it too heavy.
Oh, work your muscles. Right, that's a smaller bucket, so it's only 5 glugs. 5 glugs. Oh, oh. Too much. I suppose I better grab some tools as well. Oh, I was going to show you. See what the, if you ever leave your squeegee in a bucket of razor wash, which is the UPVC cleaner, look what it does to your squeegee. See the black paint's coming off of it, and it's made it go silver. So slowly I've got a silver squeegee. Slowly, slowly. Now remember, I want perfect windows or I'm docking your wages.
What wages? What
wages? I keep asking myself the same question. Right. So I've got a little bit of Razor Glide in the water, and just give your applicator a bit of a soak, wring out a little bit of excess, and then using this is Fairy Platinum soap, a little bit on one side, a bit on the other, and it's ready to go. As simple as that. Handy little bottle those. Right, and I don't actually need my ladder around the back, but I do need it here, so pop that there for now. Okay, so taking a damp cloth, I'll just go around the frames first, give them a wipe. Doors as well, do the hinges. People like it when you do little things like that, pay attention to the details. So do the hinge. Okay, good. Now, on these types of windows, the black seal, especially if it's older windows, you'll notice sometimes you'll get a little bit of the black leaking out of the seal and onto the frames. So be aware of that, especially on white frames, because if you leave it and it dries, it's very difficult to get off without another chemical such as Unger rub out or the pink stuff, something like that, to get it off. So okay. Now I like to soap up right to the edges on these windows just because this seal's quite abrasive. So, and there you go, there's the black runs, look. There you go. Lovely. Get rid of that. So keep the solution right up to the edge of the frame to try and make that seal as less abrasive as we can. And picking the right size of squeegee for the window. So that one there, it's a bit of a smaller one, so 12-inch, whereas on this one it's a bit bigger, so I'm using my 16-inch on the bigger window. that. There you go, you can see all that black coming out of there. Just want to get rid of that. Okay, and what else you can also do, if you ever spot anything sort of between here and the sill, is use one of these. It's called a Sill Brush. We get it from anywhere that sells car parts, car detailing type place. This one's actually not too bad, but you can actually get your brush in that gap and just kind of clean out that little gap there if you spot anything, maybe a leaf that's stuck or whatever it may be. Really, really good. Get yourself a little brush like that, and I just keep it in my pouch just like that. There we go. So we'll do this one. Now for long thin doors like this, rather than fanning all the way down and doing probably a dozen moves, you can get it done in a couple of swipes. So we'll cut in, pull down, across the top and down, up and down. So you're basically just doing a cut in, one down, up, round, down. And that just does those long windows nice and easily for you. There we go. And I always do the sill of the doors as well. It's a nice thing people notice when they come home. They see that the sill of their door is nice and clean. Okay, so we've got a thin one up here, slightly bigger one there. So over time you'll learn that when you come to a window you'll know exactly what size of squeegee to pick. So I'm already thinking, right, my smaller one, 6 inch, and for this one go for a 12 to make it nice and easy. So just soak that up there. Now this is actually a different window to that one. You'll notice that the seals on here are actually tucked into the frame itself. So this one's actually quite nice to work on. These won't bleed the black residue as much as the other ones will. So just cut in like that. Down. So what you're aiming to do with your squeegee is pick something that's about half the width or the height of the window, and you're trying to get it done in as few swipes, as few sort of pulls across the window as possible, and that way it'll lessen the wear and tear on your wrist, and it's faster as well. So speed isn't necessarily just moving fast. Speed comes from being efficient and picking the right tool for the window, as opposed to one size fits all and then having to fix your mistakes with cloths and such like. So 1, 2 and down. I've actually been using the more modern samurai bucket on a belt. Hopefully you can maybe see that. Been using it for a couple of months now. So far it's actually quite good. The first one I tried wasn't particularly happy with. Tools used to fall out of it, and it really did not work well with my precision squeegees, whereas this one tends to be a lot better. They've changed the insert and put a protective rubber insert in the squeegee partition as well, so it works very, very nicely. The 12-inch has occasionally wanted to fall out. It's kind of been half out like that, so that has happened occasionally. So for anything around about 12-inch, it's probably your limit for going in these. Anything smaller, then it's probably going to fall out, but no problems whatsoever with squeegees bigger than that. So there you go, samurai bucket on a belt. Okay, so we're just on the next bungalow next door. So I've just done that one over there. Carlie is just working on the fronts of this property. So this has a mix of wooden windows, which are actually needing painted, to be honest. A little bit of flaking on these ones. So we'll just use a same method, damp cloth, applicator, then squeegee. But then over here we've got the conservatory, which is all PVC, and it's actually quite nice ones to work on because the rubber seal is tucked inside of the frame on these ones. So it's really nice to work on this and get it all nice and shiny. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll do this one first. So just taking a damp cloth again, just wiping that frame, comes up really nice. Get rid of any spider webs, and because it's done once a month, they're not too bad. It's there's a main road just there, so you just get a little bit of the dust and pollution, I guess, that comes across and attaches itself to the window, but a damp cloth works just fine. Just soak that up. Okay, let me know folks in the comments box below if you enjoy this type of video, because normally I would put music to this and just hopefully let you sit back and enjoy, but hopefully this is maybe a bit more sort of a tutorial, possibly a bit more of an explanation as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So if you like that kind of video, let me know in the comments if it's helpful, and I'll obviously maybe do some more of them. But just lets you kind of see some of the things I do day to day, how I do it. And feel free to ask any questions in the comments box below as well. If there's anything you see me doing, not quite sure why, then just fire away. I think sometimes it's nice just to see somebody doing what they do and maybe explaining a little bit as to why, and it just helps a little bit better, well, I personally find. And just wipe that sill at the bottom. Sure that's nice and clean. Lovely. Alright, now fortunately I can actually reach these ones, so I don't really need this anymore. Another little trick that you can do if you want to clean the frames and it's maybe just the top bit is just out of reach, just like that, and rather than getting your ladder and having to sort of put it against this conservatory and move it each time, for a maintenance clean this is, you can get your slightly damp cloth, just put it over your squeegee. I always wrap it twice, so put it over once like that and then wrap it over again. It just increases the sort of thickness of the towel there, and just give the top bit that you can't reach a little wipe. And like I say, because it's a maintenance clean, you can get away with doing it this way. Just gets rid of any dirt and spider webs. Perfect. And just finish off the bit that you can reach. Excellent. Fantastic. Now, obviously looking at it, you'll know yourself, you've got a smaller pane and a bigger pane below. So for the smaller panes, I'll probably get away with using my 12-inch in these ones and then upsize to 16-inch for the bottom ones. So the more you do it, the more you'll automatically know which tool to grab. But just keep practicing and experimenting with maybe 2 or 3 different sizes of squeegee, and then you'll know which one is right just by looking at it. So this is 12-inch, this one. I'll cut in and down, and the beauty of this tool is that because of these blue clips, I'm not having to wipe around the edges of the glass, so it's saving me a lot of time. If I was using any other tool that's on the market, then I'd have to wipe around all the edges as well when I'm finished. So there we go. And there isn't any other tool that does what this can at the moment, which is a bit of a shame, but who knows what the future may hold. Excellent. So there we go, just tidy up our mess there. And then just do this down section of the frame as well and make it all nice and shiny. Good thing about the cloth is you can get right into these little grooves and just get some real stubborn stains off that I've tried using a brush before and it just wouldn't come off. Tried boar's hair and synthetic versions of bristles, obviously nylon, and sometimes it just wasn't coming off. Whereas the trusty cloth always seems to work, but obviously not all windows are easily accessible to get to, so Lovely. All right, and the fun part. Can't believe what happened to my squeegee. Shows you the power of razor wash. So razor wash is the stuff that you use for cleaning the actual PVC, not the glass, whereas razor glide is what I normally put in the bucket. But I was doing a fascia and gutter clean the other day, and there must have been some residue of razor wash in the bucket, and I put my squeegees in the bucket overnight, and then it's discolored it. So I've got a two-tone funny effect going on now. So I'll maybe put it back in the stuff and see if I can get it to go all silver. Or I could spray paint the whole thing black. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, just soap up all these windows. Because it's not too hot today, I can get away with soaping up a few windows. Whereas if I was in direct sunlight and it was quite warm, I'd maybe only do one or two at a time. So just judge it. You'll see yourself when it's starting to dry out, and then you'll get a feel for, depending on how warm it is, how many windows you can soap up. So here I'm just wiping the frame around the edges of the glass, giving it a clean. I'm not wiping the glass at all because this is going to do that for me. Okay, so I'll cut in. So you can cut in different ways. I mean, that was two different ways I did it there. So I'll just show you again on the next one. So on this one, you can either cut in from here and go up to the top, pull across and start, or you can do it like this and cut in that way, pull down. It doesn't really matter. It's just really priming your squeegee. It's getting it soaked up and wet so that it will glide down the window nice and easily. I mean, that's one of the reasons I've used this tool for years, is that you can see yourself, there's nothing around the edges to have to wipe. And you can tell there's no editing here at all. I'm still talking away. I haven't edited it. There's no cuts. You can see absolutely nothing there. If I used anything else, then I'd have to get my other cloth, which is this one, for glass cleaning, and have to go around all the edges, and I'd probably be an extra, what, 25% longer, if not more, wiping up the edges of every single window, you know. So it's a phenomenal. Once you can master that precision tool, yeah, it's just absolutely flying. But for video purposes, I like to slow down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. There's no point in me going really fast and then you come away from the video thinking, what on earth are you doing? Maybe you think that anyway, I don't know. But nice and clean. And again, we've got a couple of doors here. Make sure you do above here and the hinges and things like that, so when they come home and they see their doors are nice and clean, you know, they know you've done a good job. It's not just the windows you've done. Okay, so picking our right tool for the right window again. So I'll pick a 12-inch for this one, and looking at that as well, you probably could get a 16 in there, see, but it's just a little bit overkill. You can probably get away with using a 12 and it's still over halfway. See, the halfway point's about there, so you know you'd be able to get that in a couple of swipes, you know. Oh, aye, sir, how you doing? How's things, mate?
Combined day for the day.
Yeah, that's my wife. Yeah, she's well, it's my apprentice, should I say? Oh, the boss. She's shouting around the corner. It's the boss. She says she's shouting at me. She's the boss. Yeah. I know. This is it.
He just caught me on my tiptoes.
Yeah, you're too small to be a window cleaner, are you? Oh, just these side ones, Trad Girl, these ones here. Trad Girl is learning more advanced window cleaning, so you'll need 40 degrees on the tool because you're quite close to the window. So the closer basically your handle goes to the glass, the more positive angle that you need. Yes, it's a narrow gap, so you'll need 40 degrees to be able to close out properly. Yes? Okay, let's see you do it then. Skills. So as I'm soaping up this window here, I know I'm going to be changing my tools from a 16 to a 12. So that's why I encourage people to use two hands. So while this one's doing this job of soaping it up, rather than relying on one hand doing everything, get your other hand to change the tools and be ready with the next one. So this is now a 12-inch. So time and motion. And that's what speeds you up as well. It's not just your tools, but obviously how you use them and getting two hands working as opposed to one. Now this cloth is starting to get a little bit wet, so I put that behind me. I've got another pouch behind me, that's where all my wet cloths go, and I'll go into my front pouch and pull out another clean one, because as you'll know, if you're trying to dry things off with something that's wet, you'll be there for a while. So get a nice fresh clean cloth. And these ones are Unger cloths, they're really nice, good to use, and last a long time. So, and up. So this is what I was talking about with the longer panes. So obviously on those ones you saw me fanning them down, whereas because this is a long pane, try and get it done in just a couple of swipes. So we'll cut in, across, down, get behind that handle, all the way down, turn, come back up. Go over the top of your solution, which is there, over the top. Now you want to kind of basically dry the edge of the squeegee here, so you're going to go up and over a little bit and then all the way down. And as long as you come down at a slight angle, the solution will run off the other direction. If you come straight or even the wrong way like that, the solution will end up running out the end and onto the clean glass. Hopefully that makes sense. So basically make sure you're tilting the squeegee towards the clean bit you've just done, so that the solution is going to go out towards the frame. Hopefully that will make sense for you. And just do these sills underneath. And another bit I do as well, because see under here you can see that, which I know might be maybe a bit OCD, but if you're coming up your path, say you're in the garden and you look round, you can see all the bottom of that. So whether you're using traditional methods or a brush, I would always get that bit under there as well, not just this and this, but in here as well, because you can see that when you stand back. So I just like to be thorough, and it'll give you a really good name. I mean, we are flat out busy all the time, and I think it is just because we're thorough, you know, we just do it properly. There's a lot of people going around, unfortunately, that won't spend much time on a customer's house, and they just feel a bit ripped off, to be honest. So doing it this way, you're showing the customer that you care about their windows, and you're doing a good job. But each to their own, as they say. How are you getting on, my dear?
Good, thank you. I've done
Good.
the tops.
Are you using a big squeegee?
I am.
I'm impressed. I've been trying to get Trad Girl for a while to leave that 12-inch squeegee and get onto the bigger one for the bigger panes, but she was just so confident with the 12 squeegee. She didn't want to go at the 16, did you?
Do you know why?
Why?
I can't reach with my 12.
You can't reach with the 12.
I'm a limited dozen.
Oh, see, a short window cleaner. Sorry, we're just going to watch you now and learn from you. Is that okay?
No,
I'm taking a break from teaching. It's your turn.
I've got nothing to teach.
Have you not?
Don't copy me.
don't
wrong.
copy you. This is what not to do, apparently. So see, are you in 25 degrees just now? This is good for the folks watching, especially those that are new. You'll notice that it was a little bit tricky to turn there. You're in 25 degrees, but your handle was really close to the glass.
Okay.
So you need to pull the handle a bit further away from the glass to get the correct angle. Yes. So if you were wanting your handle to be that close to the glass, you would need to be in what degrees?
10.
Wrong, you just lost a point.
40?
40, yes. Remember, the closer the handle is to the glass, the more forward angle you need.
That better?
Yes, that's better. Yeah, kind of. I think your turns are quite sharp as well,
Yeah.
so that's what might leave turn marks. But yeah, you're getting there. Yeah, it's just practice. Trad Girl doesn't come out every day, so she's still learning and still mastering it. So hopefully, obviously, she can relay to you as well what she finds difficult, what she finds easy, and hopefully that helps new people watching as well. So see your handle's really close to the glass again. Ah, it's better. Pull it away. Better. Good, good, good. Close out. Excellent, fantastic. So you can use your Sill Squeegee. So that's a good thing as well, folks, if you don't already have one. Have an old 6-inch or even less. I think this is about maybe 4-inch actually. So something round about the size of a sill. And you can pull all the excess solution off of the sill and then dry it with your cloth, and that will make your cloths last longer as well. Good. Well done, Trad Girl.
Thank you.
Top marks. What do you reckon to the Unger fixie clamp?
I love this.
You like it?
Yeah. I think
It's quite a chunky thing, that's the only thing.
It's great for if you're using the pole.
Yes, yeah.
And if you normally put the cloth over your squeegee and do it that way, then this is very handy for not having to do that. It's
okay.
already there and ready to go.
Good.
Yep.
Good, good, good.
very
Oh well,
easy to
it's
use.
been around a long time, but it's a good tool, especially for maintenance cleans. I find it's very good
It's been well
for
used, it's got dirt on it.
yeah, wiping the tops of frames that are just out of reach.
Yeah, just shows you.
Yeah, works great. Splendid. Okay, doke. Well, I'll leave you to
Thank you.
tidy up the sill and we'll crack on. Okay then, folks, so we're just heading round to these back windows just to basically show Trad Girl how to do some tricky tradding, as it's been known to be called. And what it is these windows here. Now you can see there's a lot of obstacles in the way. We've got like a bin store, table, bush, plants, and you wouldn't want to lean on this. It's just plastic. So obviously we're going to use extension poles to do the job. So while Trad Girl is very kindly doing these, she's also going to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing as well, aren't you?
I am.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ladies can multitask, remember? So you can wash that, listen to music, and probably listen to me at the same
I've got
time.
no music on. Not that good.
Where's the music? Okay, so we've got our frame cleaning tool here. So as you normally would, just clean the tops. Now again, this is maintenance jobs, so it's just some light dirt and cobwebs, that kind of thing, that is on the frame. So I'll just get a little wipe and down the sides. Excellent. This is why I use this tool for my pole work as well, because obviously it can zero detail, so I'm not having to wipe the edges of the glass, which is great because it means I don't have to worry about putting cloths on the end of poles and trying to dry things and potentially causing smears. So with this kind of window, anything is in the way, this tool, pop it in -5, because the closing out point of the window there is below my head, so it's almost about chest height. So anything round about chest height, anything below your head, pop in a minus angle, okay, and that's your closeout point, the bit at the bottom. Okay then, so with the flick pad, we've dunked it in water, we've put a little bit of soap on the flick pad so it's ready to go. So using the flick pad, I'm going to use the edge of the flick pad to soap up to the top, because if I use this section here, there's a high chance I'm going to put solution on the top of the frame, so the edges are less fluffy. So you can use the edge of the flick pad there just to get along the top, and then soap it up like so. Now this is actually a little bit of a tricky window to do because the frames have that abrasive seal that goes around the side that sticks out, and it causes a lot of friction with squeegees. So we flick it back, do our usual cut in, and just try not to be too harsh, not too much pressure. Close out there, close out the bottom there. So then we've got our, what I like to call the tower of solution in the middle, and then we just fan that down. It's gentle turns all the way down. We don't want sharp turns like that because that's what causes turn marks, doesn't it, Trad Girl?
It does.
It does. So we just want sort of gentle turns. It's almost like parachuting down the glass, I like to call it. I know it sounds a bit silly, but that's kind of what it is. It's just gentle turns all the way down to the bottom, and you're turning as you're coming across the window. So you don't come across the window, stop, and then turn, because quite often that will cause turn marks as well. Oh, that dog doesn't like you, Trad Girl.
No.
Apparently the dog doesn't like men as well, so I'm Scoobied. It always barks at me. Right, so soaped up our window, and again we've got this obstacle in the way, but this tool's making it nice and easy. So what I'm going to do is, because the squeegee's pointing already in that direction over to the right, I'm going to cut into the corner on the right. Now it's a very abrasive seal, so it is tricky to do this. Cut over to the left and then pull straight down. Now, and I'm going to go over to the right, cut straight down, so we're doing our top and then we're doing the edges, and then fill in the middle. So this is where the fanning comes in, and just fan it down. Now the reason I don't do straight pulls, unless I absolutely have to, I literally have no option, is because not only does it leave a mess up at the top, which you then have to use a cloth to wipe, but I see a lot of people, they'll soap 4 or 5 windows up at a time and then try and wipe it with a cloth, but by that time the solution at the top's already dried and left a mess. So doing it this way means you don't have to wipe the glass at all. No wiping of glass, not allowed. And I've got that horrible black runs, so we just get rid of that, knock over a few little plants which are in the way. Oh look, I'm standing it back up again. Did you see that? That's skill with a cloth. That's in episode 2, how to knock over a plant and pick it back up with a cloth.
On a pole.
On a pole. There's always something to make it tricky. Nice. So that's how you get over an obstacle, is use a tool that can change angles, which as far as I'm aware this is probably the only one that can do it at the moment, but also have an angle adapter. If you want to see how to make this, I'll leave a link at the top of the video on how to make this, so you can have it as well. So hopefully that's helped you, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of this kind of thing, what do you think, Trad Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, would you happy to feature her once again, so we can all point and go, that's not how you do it? But thank you very much for watching. You take care, be good, and bye for now.